Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm here to do my usual weekly video. So this is my everything I melted this week. So all of the wax that I finished, all of the wax that I didn't finish. It is March. I can't believe it. It is autumn, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. It's definitely, weather-wise, we're probably not there yet. Like, it's been quite warm today and it will be tomorrow, but definitely the days are getting shorter. You know, the leaves in the trees in the backyard are absolutely shedding like crazy at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely in the works, but I wouldn't say that I'm ready to start sort of melting, you know, full on autumn scents yet. It's still kind of that lingering summer period. So let's talk about what I finished first. So I have this Scoopable from Scoopable in lemon biscotti noel. So this is lemon biscotti blended with vanilla bean noel. This one's fine. There's nothing fancy about it. It's a nice lemon bakery. There's nothing that like stands out as being amazing, but it's solid. It's quite creamy. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I don't think I need to get it again. Like, it's okay, but it's just not like I have other lemon bakery scents that I think are more impressive, but it's fine. It throws well. Like, fine. Okay. So from L3, I did a lemon cream pie cheesecake vanilla wafer waffle cone. So this one I think I've got another one still. This one's not bad. I don't know why I got two. I think I was just really into the idea of like a lemon cream pie cheesecake set. And it's not bad. I just don't, again, it's kind of lemon bakery. It doesn't have any, like, a lot of lemon bakeries smell very similar. Sometimes they get amazing ones. But yeah, at the moment, I feel like a lot of them are falling into a very kind of samey sort of thing. And I feel like this is in that sort of category as well. Medium to high throw, doesn't feel like it would be a repurchase. L3 Strawberry Kolaches. So this is sweet strawberry glaze, flaky buttery pastries. On the one hand, I feel like I should have waited until the weather cooled down a bit for this one, because it has a very dry, intensely pastry scent that I just feel like is a little bit more enjoyable when the weather cools down. But I also just wanted to finish it because it was close to being done. I don't mind it. The strawberries with it is okay. I just, yeah, the kolache scent, sometimes it's alright. Sometimes I'm just like, it's too dry of a pastry for me. So it's, yeah, probably not a repurchase. It does throw pretty well, that one. Glitterati, strawberry pound cake and Lou's Bakery. The Lou's Bakery scent, I'm still not quite sure what's in Lou's Bakery. I think I have looked it up in the past, but I forget already. I am not the biggest fan. I find it quite weak. I find it waters down scents. It might be just one of those things where my nose just doesn't pick up certain aspects of it. But every Lou's Bakery scent I've smelled has been quite light and not really, it's like a kind of nondescript bakery. And it was the same for this. Like, I melted this up in my office. I kind of got a light strawberry pound cakey smell, but really not much else. So, yeah, I would not get this one again. And I really don't, I mean, obviously with Glitterati, you know, for most of it, you're just going for mystery things. I know she's changing up the model a bit, and there's certain things, samplers and things that she's put up, but a lot of the time, if you go for Glitterati, you don't get to choose. So, but my preference would probably be not to have any more Lou's Bakery. Like, I just find I've had it in quite a few blends. It seems to be quite popular, but it just does not work for me. This sample of L3's Summer Scoops Frosty Fizzy Bubbly Cotton Candy. Very kind of lemon fizzy, this one. Even though it's a frosty, I don't know. On cold, I'm getting like a cotton candy lemon fizzy kind of scent. I don't know. Warm, I feel like maybe it didn't perform very well. I don't know. I don't really remember this one melting. It's not a bad smell. Maybe the cotton candy's a little bit sweet, but yeah, I don't remember it throwing, so I don't think I would get that one again. Cashmere Cedar Black Sugar Charcoal Tonka. So I did do this week, as you might be able to tell, I did pull a fair bit from the L3 tubs this week. This one was not bad. So I do very much enjoy both Cashmere Cedar and Black Sugar. I think when I've melted this one in the past, it hasn't performed super well. I'd say it was sort of a medium this time. I definitely could smell it, but it still wasn't like a powerhouse. But it was nice. Like, I feel like I noticed the Black Sugar the most, but then you get that little... Cashmere Cedar has like a little bit of a sweetness to it. Not like a sort of sugary sweetness, but just like a tree sweetness. Probably doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I enjoyed it. I don't really know about the Charcoal Tonka, what that smells like, what that does. But this is just a nice kind of take on a Black Sugar blend. Like I said, sort of medium-ish throw. Probably not a repurchase, but it was okay. I think that one really tanked out in the bigger spaces. Like, it did okay in here, but I think I've melted it in my kitchen and maybe the lounge room, and I don't think it did well in either of those places. L3 Seaside Sirens. So, Seaside Serenity Vanilla Lace Salty Siren. Not a fan of this. I feel like I was kind of hoping that the vanilla lace would really come through, but this one's mostly... I don't know, there's this certain kind of feminine aquatic scents that I used to quite like, but I'm just not into them anymore. And I feel like Seaside Serenity is one of them, and Salty Siren, which I think is like a mermaidy blend. Yeah, so this one just has a really, like, I feel like I've been sprayed in the face with like a not very pleasant beachy inspired perfume. So yeah, not a fan. Just medium high in the lounge room at the moment. L3 Fizzy Soda Saltwater Mermaid. So this one is, look, it's okay. It's mostly fizzy soda. So Saltwater Mermaid, not a huge favourite. Similar kind of thing to that Seaside Siren kind of thing. Like, just, it's like this, it's a little bit floral and it's a bit oceanic, but I just don't love it. But here I'm mostly getting the fizzy soda, which I'm not always a big fizzy soda fan, but tonight I'm enjoying it. I tend to prefer ginger ales and stuff like that, but this one tonight, and there's just around the edges, you're kind of getting a slightly, like, just extra things in there. Like, it just kind of, I feel like it's just adding some extra complex background notes, so, to the fizzy soda. So I actually quite like this tonight. I don't think I would repurchase it though. Like, it just feels like tonight I'm in the mood for fizzy, and that's working for me, but yeah. And then I have some clamshells, so that I'm dropping already. So Super Tarts Lord of Mordor. So this one is leather orange black pepper. I'm guessing it's probably been renamed, but I don't know what to. Probably the wrong time of year for me to melt this one in hindsight. Yeah, it felt quite cloying in the room, but it is one I enjoy and have enjoyed in the past. But like the orange with the leather, it smells really good. But yeah, this time around, this sort of still kind of warm. Sometimes I think that leather scents, I was thinking that I might enjoy leather scents like with kind of like that sort of tail end of summer, because I have in the past, but not this time. So I would still possibly get this one again in maybe just a clamshell, if they pour clamshells again. But I don't feel like I need to get it anytime soon. It does throw very strongly though, that one. Palo Santo American Werewolf from Super Tarts. So Palo Santo homemade biscuits, vanilla, bean and whipped cream. So this one I was actually very surprised at how much I enjoyed it, but also how much it threw. Because American Werewolf has been one that has not thrown for me. Like, I barely can smell it when I've had it on its own. It's a very light, it's just not got much to it, I found. And her Palo Santo is pretty good. It's not as strong as some other vendors. It does okay. And I will say cure time has helped the Super Tarts Palo Santo significantly. From when I first got it to now, I found all the blends, the Palo Santo is coming through a lot stronger. So if you do have Super Tarts Palo Santo and you melted it at first and it wasn't throwing, try it again now, because I'm finding it's much better. So this one, you get a lot of Palo Santo and then just a nice background bakery, which is good because a lot of Palo Santo bakeries are the other way around. I find they're more like bakery first with a bit of Palo Santo. This is reversed, but in a really good way. Yeah, so it's warm and spicy, but a little bit creamy, and it's really nice. So I enjoyed it. It was sort of medium to high throw. I would get this one again and just let it sit for a while. When was this? Yeah, August 22. So we're talking, you know, just over 6 months old. I don't know if it needed to sit for a whole 6 months, but it definitely needed to sit more than a couple of months, which I don't generally recommend with wax, but for some reason her Palo needs that. Tahitian honey from Pumpkin Parcel. No idea what the notes are for this one. I melted this one down in the lounge room. On warm, it kind of smells like a beeswaxy kind of fruity scent. But, no, sorry, on cold, that's what it smells like. On warm, it smells straight up like grape juice, and I do not know why. I can kind of smell that grape juice here, but it just smells more kind of warm and fruity. But when it was melting, I was like, why does it smell like grape juice? It smells like grape juice. So this one smelled like grape juice. Good throw. Not a repurchase though. I'm not really into grape scents. Supercuts Bold. So this one is Golden Amber, Cologne, Spiced Cream and Leather. So similar to Lord of Mordor, I went, maybe I'll enjoy leather scents this week. This one was better. So this one is definitely blended to be more, it used to be called Drogo, so it was really inspired by, like, you know, Khal Drogo, and it really did, I think, capture that kind of desert tent, musky, masculine kind of, you know, riding leathers, all of that kind of stuff. I thought that it really captures that really well. So this one is an easier one to take in kind of on a warmer kind of day, but still is a little bit cloying. Very strong throw. I do want to get more of that one, but it is one that I don't want to melt super frequently. Okay, so it's not quite the Empties. I also did, but I can't remember what I blended it with. I did finish off my shot cup of Palo Santo. I didn't realize I still had some in the shot cup left, but I'll talk about that when I remember and find what I melted it with. So Unempties, I've got Love Me Tender Wackadoodle. So this is Palo Santo type Royal Sugar Cookie and Monster Cookie. This one, it's a solid Palo Santo bakery. I really enjoy Palo Santo bakeries. A lot of them are quite similar, and I feel like this one, there's not anything that massively stands out here. I do find their Palo Santo is a little bit weaker than some other vendors, so to me this is mostly bakery. There's just a hint of Palo. I do prefer the Palo to be stronger, like in that American Werewolf blend. But still, it's good. It's fine. Throws pretty well. Probably not a repurchase. I think I've got more of it too. I think I've got like a cookie of it after this. So L3, Mars's Mercy and Stephen Bonnet. So this one is Rainforest, Sugarcane, Fir Trees and Creamy Vanilla. I like this one. There is like a bit of an extra sweetness to it, and I'm not sure, because I do like Rainforest Sugarcane normally. I think there's more notes to it than just the, I think the Rainforest Sugarcane Fir Trees Creamy Vanilla is the one of the scents, like it's Mars's Mercy or something, and then there's the Stephen Bonnet as well. Yeah, it's not a bad kind of green, juicy tree-like scent, but it is a little bit too sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've got Mars's Mercy on its own, and I think I prefer that one just without the other scent. So I don't know what the other scent is, but yeah. Anyway, good throw. Probably not a repurchase, that one. Super Tarts Mac Apple Palo Santo. So this one is Mac Apple Palo Santo. Or Mac Apple Ocean Palo Santo. So this one is really nice. It is I feel like the most noticeable part, the sort of the top notes, I suppose, is like the Mac Apple. Like when you first smell it, the most recognizable aspect to it is Mac Apple, but it's definitely not just Mac Apple. The Ocean, I would say, is not like super strong. I think there's just a nice kind of freshness through there. And then the Palo Santo, yeah, there is just a nice layer of woodiness in there. It's not overbearing. It's not super strong. It's just there. So this is definitely not just an apple scent, but the other parts of it are just kind of, I don't know, making it a little bit more interesting without standing out too much. So I do like this one. It threw quite strongly in the lounge room. I'm not 100% sure if this one will be a repurchase, but it is nice. This one, so Cactus, Sea Salt, Buttercream, Palo Santo. This one, same sampler. I really do love this one though. This one is one of my favorites from that Palo Santo sampler. Oh, it is so interesting. So I love Cactus and Sea Salt. Cactus and Sea Salt is a great, like, super crisp, fresh, juicy kind of blend. But just the buttercream, the way the buttercream blends with it, like, it's creamy. It's creamy, but somehow still aquatic, and then it's woodsy as well. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it smells really good. It is super unique. I don't know of any other scent out there that smells like this. Oh, it is really good. Really, really good. Throws really well. Definitely want more of this one. This one is fabulous. Yippee-ki-yay and Jessica Jones from Super Tarts. This one is Ice Sugar Cookies, Pine Needles, Blackberries and Rain. I remember the first time I melted this, I wasn't in love with it. This time around, I was like, well, I've really enjoyed Strawberry Pound Cake blended with Yippee-ki-yay, so maybe I should love like a blackberry scent, but it's also got the rain too. So it is nice, but it kind of, I feel like the rain, I don't know, the pine doesn't really shine through here, so it's kind of a, it's like Jessica Jones, so the blackberry and the rain with a bit of iced sugar cookie. So it's not bad, but it's not like my favorite combo with Yippee-ki-yay. So far, the only thing I've loved with Yippee-ki-yay is Strawberry Pound Cake, but it does smell really good. It threw well. I think I prefer Jessica Jones on its own, but this is still nice. I don't think I need to get it again. But yeah. Indian Summer from Super Tarts. So this one is vanilla bean, clementine and honey. So her honey oil is very interesting. I don't think it smells like honey. I mean, I think I can smell honey tones in it, but it's much deeper, more kind of, I don't know, musky. Almost kind of reminds me of like a leather, but without the cloyingness. So I quite like it, but it is quite heavy. And then you get a real kind of citrusy kick from the clementine in this one. Vanilla bean, not so much. So this one is not bad, but I feel like the honey really, it's a very citrus honey scent. And when I say honey, I mean that very specific Super Tarts honey. If you've had other blends with the honey in it, then you'd probably know what I'm talking about. So this one is not bad. I don't know if I need to get it again. Throws kind of medium to high. It probably could throw a little bit stronger. All right, so L3 Black Sugar Baja Cactus Blossom and Boom Boom. So this one is another one of those ones I really should have melted more this summer. I feel like this time of year is actually a pretty good time to melt this because it's one of these combos I really enjoy where it's got the black sugar which kind of anchors it and gives it like, oh, just resting my foot, some depth. But then it's got the, like the Baja Cactus Blossom and the Boom Boom, which I feel like kind of lift it and lighten it a bit. So it's kind of summery, but it's also got a heaviness and a depth to it. So I did really enjoy it. So yeah, I definitely feel like sort of over the next month or two when it's, you know, a little bit summery, but the weather's kind of transitioning, this actually might be nice to pull for those sorts of days. Yeah, it threw pretty well. I don't know if it's a repurchase because I've had this one for about 1.5 years and I'm still only just halfway through the loaf, so I probably don't need to repurchase it, but it is a nice scent. Boom Boom Salty Sea Air and Copper Coconut from L3. I have to smell this one to remember it, which is never a good sign. I think that this one, it smells really pretty, but I feel like the salty sea air has really dropped off in this one, and I feel like it didn't throw well because I don't remember it melting. It smells pretty. It smells like Boom Boom mostly, I'd say, with a slight coconutty lean, but really not much salty sea air, which I would love to smell more salty sea air in that. I can't remember. It's been so long since I melted that one that I honestly can't remember. So It's like a pretty slightly enhanced Boom Boom, but it's nothing special, and I don't think it threw well. So again, I left that one. That one is now 2 years old. I have a lot of L3 that is fine, 2 years, more than 2 years old. But every now and then you get a scent that just doesn't go the distance, and that one might be one of those. Glitterati, and this is Orange Soda Strawberry Pineapple Cotton Candy Lemonade. I really, really like this one. This one was just absolutely hit the spot on a warm afternoon. Beautiful fruity scent. You know, it has a slight effervescence from the soda. Really good mix of fruits. The lemonade, I feel like that brought a really kind of welcome tartness to it, but it was still like, I like those scents that have a bit of sweetness and a bit of tartness, like they're not overly one direction or the other. So I really like this one. I would get it again if I could. Yeah, really nice, really strong throw. L3, Your Pineness. So this one is pineapple, fresh mint, and sea salt. I put this one in the bedrooms. I was a bit unsure about it because it does smell very strongly of mint. But I didn't go in there straight away because, you know, it was in the bedrooms. I was not. My son went to the toilet in the ensuite and he comes out screaming, "It smells like mint. It smells like candy canes. It smells like ah." And I was like, what is going on? Because he's obviously not used to me melting things that are really strongly mint. And this one is incredibly strongly mint. I smell zero pineapple in this blend. So I really like the idea of the just smelling it then made my head hurt. I really like the idea of a pineapple mint sea salt blend. But for me, the pineapple ratio needs to be way up and the mint needs to be way down. This one, the mint is so strong, I can't smell, I think I can smell a bit of sea salt because it kind of sharpens it even more in a way, but I cannot smell pineapple. So if this had smelled like what the combo suggested, then I think I would have enjoyed it, but it was way too minty. I did have to change it out because it was giving me headaches. When I went in and finally smelled it, I was like, there is no way I can sleep with that in the room. And clearly my son didn't like it particularly much either because he's also told me that he doesn't like things that taste. He does not like the smell of candy canes. So I guess he's picked that up from me in that regard. Okay. So this one, I'm just trying to flatten out the labels when I can so they don't peel off. Palo Santo, Mullet, Fireside, and Vanilla Butter Fudge from L3. This was very good. This was really, really nice. This one's been sitting in the collection for a while. I will probably melt this a lot over autumn and winter. But that said, even though it had the slight smokiness from the Mellow Fireside, it was still okay to melt on a morning this week. Like the Palo Santo tones, really beautiful, nice sweet, slightly smoky spiced wood. The smokiness from the Mellow Fireside and the Vanilla Butter Fudge. Vanilla Butter Fudge is just one of my favorite bakery scents. It's kind of bready, but it's not. It's really good. So this was very enjoyable. It threw very well. I definitely would want to get more of this one. And then I also did another one that I think came around the same time as that one. So this one is Palo Santo Beach Nights and Vanilla Balsam. This one, mostly Vanilla Balsam. Yeah, like on cold, I can smell a slight saltiness from the Beach Nights. And a slight extra woodiness too, but I really feel like when it was melting, it was just the tiniest touch of sea salt with vanilla balsam. So I wish the blend was a bit different so that the vanilla balsam was a bit dialed down. I think because I love Balsam Beach from Teddy Bees, which is like a similar kind of blend, I'd say. I don't think it's got Beach Nights, but it's like a beachy, vanilla balsamy kind of blend. That one is just perfection. The vanilla balsam is there, but it's not overwhelming. I was hoping this one would kind of be, you know, same family, but yeah, not quite there. Very strong though, that one. L3 Spiced Oat Milk and Cafe Cubano. Absolute favourite of mine. I've raved about this so much. I took a bit of a break from it through the warmer months, but even though I don't feel like I need to, it's just the most comforting scent ever. But definitely I'll be ramping up the melting of this over the next, you know, coming months. It's warm, it's delicious, it's oaty, it's not really, even though Cafe Cubano is a coffee scent, to me this is not a coffee blend. It is kind of beverage-like, although that said, I was melting it alongside other kind of cozy bakeries this morning, and I felt like it worked really well. So it's not a bakery scent per se, but I feel like it just, it definitely leans into a bakery zone. So love it. I think I have that Bitty Betty loaf, and then I have like 3 bundt packs, because seriously, I was melting that like every second week through winter. And even through the spring last year. I just melted so much of it. So definitely needed to have plenty of that here. Teddy B's Coronation. So this one is Palo Santo Frosted Birthday Cake and Marshmallow Clouds. I don't think I love this one. It was only available in the tubs, I think, because it was ready to ship. I think if it had been in a pre-order, I would have gone a souffle first with this one. The thing that attracted me to it was the Palo Santo, because I love Teddy B's Palo Santo so much. I'll give it a chance anywhere, anyhow. But I was a little bit skeptical about the birthday cake, because a lot of birthday cakes smell very plastic to me, and Teddy B's is one of those. And Boardwalk and Marshmallow Clouds, I'm guessing that's Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. I don't mind that in some blends, in other blends, meh. And this one, yeah, it just had that it had a plasticky kind of tone and a very feminine tone. And it was so sweet and creamy that the Palo Santo, I don't know, the Palo Santo, it was there, but it just didn't. I think I will give this one a go again. I feel like it could be one that I might melt at another time and go, oh, actually, that's really nice. But it's also possibly just that frosted birthday cake will just keep winning over, and I'm not big into that. So, yeah, threw pretty well up here in the office. Right now, feels like not a repurchase, but L3, today is October 3rd, and Buttermilk Pie. I really need to just put aside my Buttermilk Pie scents for now. I have gone way off it. Maybe the corner of the bag stabbed me in the finger. Maybe in a few months in winter I might be into it again, but it's got this really dense kind of almost like caramelized toffee sort of scent going on in it at the moment, which is just a bit much for me. It smells very toffee like. So I didn't get much of the today's October 3rd. This mostly just smelled like the Buttermilk Pie. I will take a big long break from Buttermilk Pie and see how I feel about it in a few months time. Through very well, but yeah, right now not into that. Teddy B's Summer Sorbet. So this one is fresh lime, pineapple, orange, raspberry, lychee sorbet, and warm weather. This one, it never seems to throw particularly well for me. It's always medium at best. And 2, I'm not a huge fan of the blend. The warm weather scent, I think, just makes it smell soapy to me. Like all of the fruits, I'm all on board with that. Lychee sorbet, pineapple, lime, orange, all good there. But this warm weather scent is often like a soapy laundry in my nose, and this makes it smell fruity, but then there's this it comes on after, like the fruit smells good, and then there's this like after scent or this lingering kind of scent of soap, and I don't love that. So this one, not a repurchase. I should probably finish it off though, because I'm nearly done with it. I sort of forgot about it until I was melting it. I was like, oh yeah, it's that soapy one. L3, Nag Champa, stainless steel, and pipe tobacco. This one was okay. I don't think I was like crazy about it. It's a bit confronting on cold. Like it's very sharp and metallic, like almost like a coppery taste in your mouth when like you know, have blood in your mouth or something. Not like that, but it kind of is close. But look, on warm it was not bad. The Nag Champa is like, I don't mind a little bit of Nag Champa on a summer afternoon, and that's kind of basically what this was giving. Maybe a little bit kind of, I don't know, more polished, I suppose, with the stainless steel and the pipe tobacco. So it was fine. It wasn't anything like super special. It was just a Nag Champa blend. I don't need to get that one again. It did through reasonably well, I think. I'm just going to go and check the kitchen for this one because it's melting in there now. So this is Waterhorse of Loch Ness, also known as the Loch Ness Monster. So this is Evenings in Seattle, Evenings in the Hamptons, I think. Seattle Rain and Salty Sea. I'll be right back. Okay, so this one's actually going in the bedrooms, not the kitchen. And it is not throwing. Not throwing at all. Maybe I've let it sit too long because Seattle Rain's normally a pretty strong scent. Yeah, it smells really light. I feel like I don't ever recall this one lasting though. I'm not super familiar with Evenings in the Hamptons, so maybe that's watering it down for me. But Seattle Rain and Salty Sea are usually quite strong. So I don't know, but not throwing. So not a repurchase. Teddy Bees, Witches Be Crazy for Palo Santo. This one's birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, pinch of cinnamon spice vanilla blended with Palo Santo. So I've talked about in the past, I know Witches Be Crazy is a very popular scent. It's not my favourite from Teddy Bees. Again, the birthday cake, I'm just not a big fan of. Sugar cookie dough as well, yeah. But this one is probably the best of the Witches Be Crazy blends I've tried. I feel like the Palo blends really nicely into this one, and it kind of leans into that cinnamon, smooths out the birthday cake, which it doesn't do in the Coronation, but this one at least has the pecan waffles and stuff too. Because I really do like a pumpkin pecan waffle and Palo Santo blend. So I don't know if this is a repurchase. I think I have other ones that I prefer, blends that are similar that I prefer. But definitely this is probably the best Witches Be Crazy blend. Like this is probably the only one that I still feel like I enjoy and still want to melt again. And it throws pretty well. Rainstorm, Fresh Cut Grass and Palo Santo from L3. This is really nice. This I really do enjoy. Like Fresh Cut Grass is not normally a favorite of mine, but the Rainstorm with it, like they smell really good together. And then the Palo Santo really just kind of tempers that grassiness and that floralness that you get from the Rainstorm as well. So yeah, this one, I feel like the Palo Santo, even though it's not super strong, it really just stops this from being like a super fresh, rainy, floral, grassy meadow, you know? So I do enjoy this one. It's possibly a repurchase, and it throws quite strongly. Patchouli Rain and Newt Scamander from L3. So this one is Patchouli Rain with rainforest sugarcane, sea salt, oak moss, and amber. This is really good. Like I haven't been melting it enough. I really do need to reach for it more. I will say that I feel like my nose is getting a little bit sensitive to the sweetness of rainforest sugarcane. Rainforest sugarcane used to be a scent that I absolutely adored, like just a sweet, juicy, refreshing rainforest type scent, but now it's just that sugarcane aspect is getting a little bit too sweet. This one is good though because the sea salt, the moss, the amber, the patchouli rain, all of that kind of temper down the rainforest sugarcane. So they make it really tolerable. So I still really enjoy this one. But I can definitely feel myself kind of drifting away from rainforest sugarcane, whereas once it was an absolute love. Really strong throw. I had this as a scoop as well. And I went through that really slowly too. Like as much as I love it, I just don't reach for it. So I don't know if it's a repurchase after this, but I do really love it. So this is the Mars's Mercy. So I talked about half of this before. Rainforest sugarcane, fir trees, and creamy vanilla. So another rainforest sugarcane blend. Yeah, so this one is good because the fir trees really comes through in it. Like, yes, I can smell that rainforest sugarcane, and yes, it is sweet, but yeah, this one I feel like is really redeemed by that fir tree scent. The other one, this one, which I still can't remember what else is blended in it, that one, there's something else in that which kind of dulls down the tree and amps up the sweetness again. I much prefer it with just kind of the heavy fir tree. So this one's pretty good. I don't know if it's a repurchase, but it's definitely one of, yeah, just it just balances out really nicely and it throws pretty well. Oh, this is one I'm getting really short on. So this is L3 Roasted Coffee Pumpkin Pecan Waffles Vanilla Butter Fudge Sugared Shortbread. So this is one of my customs from last year. I actually went today and put myself back on the custom list. I don't know why, but I was assuming because the custom list that's up in the L3 group, it was originally only put up for like a day and you were all supposed to sign up and then it was going to cut off. But then she left it open and people kept adding themselves to the list. And I don't know why, but I just assumed that because the list has been up for so long that the wait time would be, there wouldn't be that many people kind of signing up and the wait time would be less. And I was very wrong. Not that people are signing up, but I feel like they're just not pouring the customs at the rate that they were. So when I got these customs, I think I waited about 3 or 4 months from where I was on the list. I just looked now and the last time they called up customs was like 2 weeks ago and it was for people that signed up 33 weeks ago and there's still quite a list there. So there's quite a few blends from L3. I want to do one big order and try and get as many of the blends that I really want as I can. I might just have to try and get them all into a ready to ship. Anyway, long story, but this is one of the blends I really need to get more of. I've only got 3 pieces left. This one is epic. It's incredible. It's warm, bakery-like. The coffee just adds a little bit. Similar to like, I think, Cafe Cubano, spiced oat milk. Like the coffees have a similar level to that. Oh, it is just so delicious. So incredibly delicious. Throws really well, 100%. Need more of it. I'm really scared now that I only have 3 pieces. So maybe I might try to get into maybe not the next L3 ready to ship, but maybe the one after. Or maybe one like early in April. I'm just thinking that I will have my Teddy Bees pre-order will arrive at the forwarder maybe later in April. And because I'm trying not to order too much, but when I do order, it makes sense. It still makes sense for me to try and combine things where I can. So if I can get an L3 order to land somewhere around the time that the Teddy Bees does, then I can ship them out together. So that might be what I do. Another one of my custom bags. So this is Rosemary Mint Cashmere Cedar Pine Boom Boom. Not my custom blend though. This was something I got in a sample and I loved. And it was really odd because Rosemary Mint is definitely not an oil that goes well with me. Again, that really strong minty scent. But somehow this one is just so well balanced with it is refreshing, but the Boom Boom kind of smooths it out. The Cashmere Cedar, there's sweetness there. It's just, there's tree notes. It's really, really beautiful. Really refreshing, but in a non-like excessively minty way. So I don't know. I really enjoy it. Always throws well. I probably will get that one again. I don't feel the same. I've still got maybe half of a bag left. So that one can probably wait until later, but we'll need more of it one day. L3 Zucchini Bread Santa's on Keto Lemon Pound Cake. So this one, the first one I melted it really did not throw, and I was very surprised because normally L3 Zucchini Bread blends throw. This time I melted it up in my office. It did do pretty well. I'd still say it was not super strong. I feel like in a bigger space it may have got lost, and I still don't know why. But it is delicious. The rich, really yummy zucchini bread that L3 has, blended with the lemon, and the sandals on keto is just kind of a nice vanilla bakery scent as well. Really, really good. So this is one of those lemon scents that I like that has that kind of extra oomph. I think the zucchini bread is really kind of what does it. So this one I think would be a repurchase, but maybe in a scoopable just to see if that mixes up the performance a little bit. This labelless bag is a scent called, I think it's King Arthur or something. It's an oak moss and amber blend, I think, with maybe like the fuzzy socks and hoodies or something. I can't remember. It's not bad. It's very refreshing, like very kind of earthy, aquatic. So it definitely does have that kind of oak moss amber vibe. This one's not bad. It's not one I've ever been like crazy about. I think I've had it in the collection for a long time. I have lots of scents from L3 that are similar. She has a lot of blends that are very similar to this one, I would say. Throws well, doesn't feel like a repurchase. L3 Coconut Shortbread Cookies, Palo Santo Toasted Mallow Fireside. This one, it's a bit oversweet. I think the coconut cookies are just too sweet. Because I do love a good Palo Santo Mallow Fireside blend. But yeah, too sweet. Not super coconutty, but really sweet. So it's okay. The Palo Santo smells nice, but I've definitely had better Palo Santo bakery blends because they just don't smell as sugary sweet as that one does. That one throws quite well, but yeah, not a repurchase. This one, the label fell off, but it's in the bag. So Palo Santo, I'm so bad with my labels. This is probably the only, like, possible motivation I might have for double bagging. I know a lot of people swear by double bagging. Personally, I don't. I have had a few scents that have been double bagged. I don't think it makes a difference to my wax. I never have transfer between scents. I've never had a scent change because it's been next to something else. It just doesn't happen to me. I mean, I do keep things, some like with like when I've got bigger collections, I do sort of try to keep my L3, for example. Like I've got a bakery box and a fresh and sort of, I'm not going to keep a cologne scent next to a bakery scent necessarily. In the L3 space anyway. In other brands they might be. But I've never had any issues with that. But I do find that I lose the labels, especially on these L3 ones. A lot of the labels are falling off. It's partly because I don't have my wax neatly kind of stacked stored away. They're in big cubes. They're all, like, each cube is a bit jumbly, and particularly if there's a lot in the cube, then I find myself searching around a lot. But yeah, anyway. Long ramble, but I know I lose a lot of labels and it's very annoying. So this is Palo Santo Patchouli Black Amber Vanilla Sandalwood. It's a really pretty blend. It's not as good. I've talked about this one a lot because I've had other versions of the exact same scent, but I guess different ratios, and I liked it a lot more. It was more woodsy. This one is more feminine. I think maybe the Black Amber is stronger in this one. So yeah, I would get this blend again, but I don't know how, but I want to get it more woody again. Throws well. Yeah. L3 Buttercream Frosting Zucchini Bread Sugar Cookie Royale Wildberry Mousse. I've talked about this one a lot. One of my all-time favorites. It's just a delicious berry bakery scent. It's really that buttercream frosting zucchini bread sugar cookie royale combo, because I've had that on its own as well. It is just an epic creamy bakery combo. And then the Wildberry Mousse, because that's also kind of creamy and berry-like. It just blends so well. I've gone through so much of this one. This is also going to be on my list to get more of. Yeah, because I just love it so much. Another one on my list to get more of is this one. So this is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Espresso. Can't get enough of this one. Another one where it's just an epic bakery scent with just a bit of coffee. The coffee just adds richness in depth. It doesn't like overpower. It's not like an overly heavy coffee scent, but it definitely makes this smell a lot more special than if it was just the pumpkin pecan waffles and the sugar cookie royale on their own. Seriously, every time I melt this one, it's so delicious. I'll be sad to finish this up because I don't have much left, but I will need to get some more of that one. And it always throws well. Like, this one is now a couple of years old. Yeah, this one's 2 years old and it's still doing really well. So. Another one with the label off. It's just like certain scents of a certain vintage, just all of a sudden the labels came off. So this one is Saltwater Princess and Boardwalk Mellow Clouds from L3. This one is one that I definitely did not need a loaf in. It's, again, Saltwater Princess, not a huge favourite of mine. Kind of pretty Oceanic Floral, but nothing I'm crazy about. So this one's very feminine, very sweet. But I was kind of okay with it this time. Like, I think other times I've melted it, I've been like, oh, I'm just not into this. This time it was okay. Still not something I need to repurchase. Still something that I feel like it's going to take me forever to melt through because I just never really feel like reaching for a scent like that, but it's fine. Orange Blossom Honey Sacred Sandalwood Patchouli Rain from L3. This one's pretty. It smells kind of like a sandalwood perfume, maybe. Or even the shampoo. It's a bit stronger now. I feel like I remember when I first melted it, it smelled a lot like maybe a shampoo. Now I feel like the Patchouli Rain is coming out a lot more because there's much more of an earthiness, like a much more earthy note than what you get in a shampoo. But it still really has like luxury shampoo vibes, you know? It's like you took a luxury shampoo scent and then you added Patchouli Rain. So it's not bad, but I do prefer my scents to be a little bit, it's very spa-like, I'd say, but with the addition of the Patchouli Rain. I probably prefer my scents to smell a little bit less artificial spa-like, but it's nice, it's fine. L3 Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies Zucchini Bread Roasted Coffee. This one is good. It's not as good as I had hoped. I mean, I love roasted coffee. I love zucchini bread. Maybe with blackberry jam rather than blackberry jam butter cookies. It is good though. Like, don't get me wrong. This is a good scent. But I just, yeah, the blackberry jam butter cookies maybe not the best oil in there for me. So, through pretty well. Possibly a repurchase. I'm not sure. Got this melting in here at the moment. So, Bamboo, Seattle, Rain, and Rainstorm. I love this combo. I feel like I just really love the bamboo oil. I haven't smelt it on its own, so I can't really say this is what bamboo oil smells like, but it's a really great, fresh, like, it's just a really great fresh scent for me. It's got a slight kind of earthy tone, and I feel like it also maybe kind of leans into a laundry space without smelling like artificial laundry powders. So yeah, I'm very into this one. And Seattle Rain and Rainstorm I've always enjoyed, but they blend really well with the bamboo. So I do want to get more of this one, and it throws quite well. I am nearly done. So I did, sorry, I'm looking at these combos and I'm like, which one did I pair with which? I did fresh baked bread with lemon curd. So lemon curd from Super Tarts, fresh baked bread from L3. I think I did more fresh baked bread than the lemon curd, and I enjoyed that. I enjoy L3's fresh baked bread. It doesn't smell anything like fresh baked bread to me though. It's got sugar to it. Like, I wouldn't expect the fresh baked bread to smell sugary or cakey. This one has a cakey note to it. It has a cakey scent, but it also has a yeasty scent. So it's good. I like it. It smelled good with the lemon curd. I'm glad I didn't go overboard with the lemon curd because that could have been a bit much. So this was a nice combo. I would possibly do that combo again. Through pretty well. I did Strawberry Pound Cake Blackberry Jam from L3. This one, on cold, sometimes I smell it and I like it. Sometimes I smell it and it just smells like a really sugary, like it smells like jam, but a really sugary, overly sugar-loaded jam. Maybe with like bubblegum notes. Yeah, kind of sickly sweet, but melted this one was not bad. I think I would blend it with bakery in future just to kind of tone down that sweetness, but it was actually, you know, it was very jammy, I guess. And then the last one I did, it was the Palo Santo with the fresh French baguette. I don't know, I thought I was going to really love this one. It was okay. I can't really say what didn't gel with me with it, but maybe the French baked bread is just too much for the Palo, because I think I mostly got French baguette. Not fresh baked bread, French baguette. I think I mostly got that with just a little bit of Palo. So I don't know. Yeah, it was fine, but I probably wouldn't do that combo again. That's it. That is everything that I melted this week. So this video ran on for a little bit. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you're all doing really well. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.